Hi, I'm Mello, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a Notion habit tracker. So, for beginners. So, there's three of them that I'm going to show you. That is six. There's three of them that I'm going to be showing you. The last one is like an ongoing dated one. But that one can also act as a journal. So, yeah, I'm going to make it mono and also full width. Yeah. So we're going to use a database again. So / database. We're going to make it inline. And we're just going to call it habit tracker. We're going to give it an icon. And for this one, I want to do black sun, like day. So unlike the other one, the previous ones that we did, this one is essentially just going to be dated. So it's very similar to the first one we did where the habits are horizontal and the dates are vertical. So that's essentially what we're going to be doing, but with actual dates, like a full date. So let me give you an example. We're gonna do today, and we're going to call it today because I wanted to have a, what do they call it? Relative date. A relative date. So if it was done today, it was created today, then it'll say today, then yesterday's, then Wednesdays, and then it becomes dates if it's been like more than a week. So it's relative to today. So that's what we're going to do. And how we're going to do that is we're going to click on type the at symbol and then type today, and we see today's date like that. So this is our day. You can also add an icon. For me, I'm just gonna make them the sun. But I tend to, whilst when I'm really like doing the habit track for the day, I tend to just pick like an emoji that represents the weather. So if it was like a cloudy, sunny day, then this is what I would do for today. Cool. The next thing we're going to add is the date property, and this is where we're going to put the date. So for this, it's going to be 30 May, which is today. We can put the dates over here. I like it just in that kind of structure. And now we're going to proceed and put the actual habits. So we're going to do it like we did as checkboxes. And we're going to go reading. You can also change the icon right here. So that's reading. And then I'm gonna make another one for the 10K steps. Then there's journaling. Excuse me. And then I forgot what the other one was. Skincare. I'm going to do skincare. Maybe just add the water. 6 cup water. Okay. So here are our habits in general. So for this date, you also just, no, sorry, this is where you'd open it. And you can see how it looks for the day, what you've done for this specific day. So this also makes it easier to find if you really are someone who um, likes looking back at things. Now we want progress for that specific day. And we're going to essentially do what we did before, which is create a formula, call it progress, and then add, well, first turn the habits into numbers and then add them all together. So reading, 10 steps, journaling, skincare, and 6 cups of water. Let's just make them 1, and then we're going to divide by the number of habits that we have here, and that's 5. So every time you add a new habit, make sure to also add it to this number that we're using to divide them by. Right? And then we're going to turn it into a percentage. And also make sure that the decimal is 0 or whichever you like. And then you can also customize how it's shown, whether as a bar or a ring, with the number, without the number, and whichever color you want. So now we have the days. So yeah, this is basically that simple. Now you want to kind of automate this in a way where it creates a new date for you. So to do that, we're going to create a new template, and we're just going to name it today, which will be when the day is duplicated. So for us, it'll probably be tomorrow. And then you're going to add the date as date when duplicated. Yeah. So tomorrow, this one will show up. And then this one that we just made right now will turn to yesterday. So we're going to repeat this every day, and we're going to pick a time. I think 6 a.m. is a good time for me, and it's going to start tomorrow. So it'll automatically create a new day for me that I can now start marking off. And then we're just going to make this the default for all views in the habit tracker. Cool. So now that we've done that, I'm going to show you a few other ways to essentially view it. Yeah, I guess different views. So I'm just going to add a few days. This one is going to be, let's say, yesterday. Oh, we didn't add an icon. We should probably do that. I'm going to add the sun and then make it mono, then customize the page so that it's full width, no page discussions, no comments, and no backlinks. Yeah, let me just do that. Let me just sort out by date in ascending. Maybe the weather yesterday. How was the weather yesterday? I think it was sunny. It's quite hot. So yeah, this is what your habit tracker will look like. And then what I'm going to do now is that I'm just going to create two columns, and I'm going to create a view specifically that shows today's habit tracker list. So we're going to make a gallery, and just like before, oh no, we're just going to show all the habits, move the date up, move the progress down or up, whichever way you prefer it. And now we see all the days in this gallery view. And I'm going to, did I already make the two? I did. I'm going to copy this view, put it here, and then make it a linked database, and it's going to show it as the gallery view. I'm going to move this one right here, but I only want it to show today's habits. So we're going to filter with the date, and we're going to say this day. So it's just going to show us the habits for today. So when you open it, that's the first thing you see. I also like to hide the titles. You can also change the size of this gallery. Ooh, why so high? So you can change the size of the card. You can make it smaller. Well, you can't really see it much, but or larger. Like I said, you can't really see it here, but I think once you make it like this, you can kind of see how big or small it is. I prefer medium though, so we're going to leave it at that. And then now, I think for this one, I'm going to make it just show me this week's. So I'm going to filter, and I'm going to say just show me the things that are happening, the habits of this week. Like this one as well, just show me this week's. And then I'll make a specific one. Should I make it a table? Let's just duplicate that, and we're gonna call it the monthly. It's more like yearly, but it will be monthly. So I know some people want to look back and see how they were doing before. So for that, we're going to create the monthly. What we're going to do is group everything by date. And we're going to make the dates monthly. So all your dates for May will be here, and you can kind of close the toggle. If I make one for, let's say, last month, it'll be here, and you can see your progress. So we essentially don't really need like a specific page for an archive for this one. It really is in the database, and if you're looking for a specific date, you can just search for it here. Well, not really, but you can filter by the date if you're looking for a specific date. So is, and then you can pick specific dates, and maybe I want this one in particular, May 29th. So that's what you can do. But we have to filter this one by year. Date is relative to today, this year. So it only shows the months of this year. And you can just call this one this week. This is just the gallery view, and this is the monthly. And this is today. We can just call this view today. Cool. So that's essentially how you would create a habit tracker. Well, this habit tracker anyways. What I'm going to do now is just add a few more things. As you've noticed, this one doesn't have an archive or like a button to kind of empty it, but you can make it for yourself if you want to. Um, but essentially, we're just keeping track of every single dated day instead of like the week or the month like this. We also have a habit tracker. But I guess now the other thing that you could possibly add to this habit tracker um, is essentially just making use of this space because you are using the habit tracker, you are using the database, and I thought it would be cool if you could use the actual date for journaling. I made a tutorial video on how to create a daily planner, so you could possibly also just add this to your daily template here. And then every single day you'll have a daily planner that you click on, and then you click on all your habits, and also fill in how you're doing for your day. So for an example, I made this one, and this one essentially has the morning routine. So right here on the side we have what we're doing in the morning, what my daily schedule looks like for today specifically, what my priorities are, and affirmations. And then at the end of the day, I do the night routine and just do some simple reflection, nothing too intense. Um, it's dated, so if I want to find it, I can easily find it. I have a mood tracker, etc., etc. So let's just say you created all of this. So let's say you wanted to, well, you wanted to create all of this, then you would have to do it here in our default planner. And then you would just do it all here. I'd probably remove the image because it would duplicate the image for every single day, and that would probably make the database like a bit too big. But you can replace the image with maybe like an image you took today, like something you want to commemorate the day with. So I think you can also do that. You can also journal, so that's cool. So now when you're doing the day, you can do that. It's refusing me now. Don't know what I did to it. And then it'll create a little template for you to fill in every morning, your schedule, and everything that I mentioned before. And you can go back and find it if you want to read up on how your day was doing that specific day. So it acts as both a habit tracker and a journal. You can also be more specific with the name of the dates. So I do use the dates, but sometimes you can just give it a title. So maybe today specifically, I got a new cat, and maybe I can change that to a cat. Um, the date is still there, so it'll still be easy to find, but now it has a specific title that tells you about how your day was. So yeah, that is essentially my third habit tracker. I hope you found this tutorial really easy and helpful. And you can also watch the daily planner one if you want to see how I did that one specifically. And let me know if there are any other tutorials that you'd like to see. But yeah, that's it for today.